All right, hello tea family. I'm hoping we're live and everything is working. We just lost everything right before we were supposed to go live. And so I just wanted to say hello and say welcome and once again remind you to say hello in the chat, see what you say what you're drinking and everything like that. Today we're going to do something a little bit fun and unusual. I'm just trying to get some stuff ready here behind the scenes because you never know what's going to happen today. Because I wanted to say welcome to the entire tea family and happy Mad Hatter Day. I know, that's right. Today is dedicated to the Mad Hatter. If you look it up on Google, it is the Mad Hatter Day. So we are going to embrace all things whimsical, eccentric, and maybe a little bit bad and crazy. But what better way to do that than let's have some nice big pot of tea. Oh, wait. I guess the teapot doesn't go like that, does it? There we are. All right. So today we're actually going to be making Nautical Twilight. I'm hoping you can see that. My handy dandy assistant isn't saying anything, so it's kind of making me a little nervous.
I can see it.
All right.
I was just commenting.
All right. And that is what it looks like. It is a ginger hibiscus blend. For those of you that were with me last week, you recognize that I talked about how my stomach wasn't really doing well. I think I ate something that I was allergic to or that definitely didn't like me. And guess what? That is still going on. So one of the things we always tell people is that Nautical Twilight is really good when your stomach is upset. And so that is what I'm drinking today. Because it is an herbal blend, there's no caffeine in it. Ginger, hibiscus, lemongrass, and orange zest in this. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take it out of another jar, but I am going to make some of this up, and that is what I'm going to enjoy for tea today while we are talking about all things Mad Hatter with a salute to Alice in Wonderland just a little bit. We're going to talk about some zany blends and some crazy pairings, and maybe some things to think about for your next Mad Hatter party. Now, I know those of you that know us will take an extra little play and giggle on this because our last name is Hat, and so that makes it just a little more fun to have a Mad Hatter Day for one of our lives. Okay. So, we are gonna boil the tea and then we will do a straight 3 minute. Just have to make sure my phone and everything is all set for us. All right.
Lemon zinger is kind of zingy.
And lemon zinger is kind of zingy, but all right. There we go. So, what I'm gonna talk about first. Boy, my phone is not acting right today. It is one of those days. There we are. Perfect. All right. So, I want you to think about things that are quirky and unusual if you're going to decide to have a Mad Hatter tea party or celebrate Alice in Wonderland and different things like that. So what I have for my teacup today is actually one of my daughter's favorites. It is really bright with flowers and butterflies and everything like that, but that is what I'm going to use today. Here's the saucer for that, because it always makes me think of Alice in Wonderland and that kind of fantasy world type of thing. So that's where I'm going to be drinking out of today. All right. So as we wait for the water to heat, let's talk about some wacky pairings and some tips. But let's start off with, in the chat, let me know what is the strangest tea blend you've ever tried. I cannot wait to hear what it is. And by strange, I mean unusual. We're doing it in a fun kind of way with the Mad Hatter today. And so what is the most unusual, unique, or strangest tea blend you have ever tried? I'm really looking forward to finding out what it is. All right, so let's go ahead and continue on with the fun part. If the Mad Hatter and the entire Wonderland has ever taught us anything when going through the book, it's that things don't always have to be normal. In fact, sometimes the weirder the better. So, here is a very unusual blend, and I'm bringing this one, a couple of them up for a reason. I'll get to that in a minute. So, first one. I'm thinking it's a little wild for many tea lovers, but how about a midnight peach spice? A black tea with peaches that get really juicy in the water, a touch of ginger, and then maybe add to the party a pinch of cayenne pepper, add a little bit of heat, and bring a flavor that we don't often enjoy in teas. It would be a perfect tea, I think, for those who want some zing in their sip, but they don't want to go crazy. You're going to have the sweetness and the sugar in the peaches balance out the spice of the cayenne pepper a little bit so you won't have to burn your tongue, both by temperature and with spices. So I think that would be a really unique blend to try and make.
Stephanie Murder.
I think that would definitely wake someone up faster than the Queen shouting off with their heads. I mean, too bold? What do you think? Again, I'm waiting to hear what your strangest tea blends you've ever tried, but love to see what it is. All right, this is coming up to temperature now. Another, like, more unusual blend, something that you don't often see together in teas. Let's call it Lavender Lemon Wonderland. I want you to think lavender, definitely some lemon. I want you to think about probably a green tea. And then I want to throw in something just a little bit spicy or unusual. So what if we added that? I want to let's not do ginger again. And so I kept thinking, I don't want to do cayenne, I don't want to do ginger. What else could we do? And I was actually thinking that we could go with the Lavender Lemon Wonderland and add in some marshmallow root, which will add kind of a sweetness, but not a really marshmallowy taste, but it's really going to bring out the lemon contrasting with the lavender and take a back seat. And so, but it will heighten the other two flavors appropriately. So I thought that might be fun. And of course you could eat it with cake, because the tea party is all about the cake, right?
Why do we make cake?
Or maybe donut, like donuts are cake, right? Don't discriminate against my donut. I've been eating this same donut since this morning. So that is one of the ways. So sometimes you have to think outside the box when we're talking about teas. We're going to go ahead, and this is boiling, so we're going to go ahead and pour it at my nautical twilight. All right. I poured water on the floor, FYI.
Yep.
All right. And start my timer. Okay. So a little unusual. Don't be afraid to go a little bit spicier. Don't be afraid to go a little bit milder. Don't be afraid to try something new. Now, a lot of people will put like lavender and lemon together in a tea. They wanna keep it very traditional a lot of times with teas, but don't be afraid to experiment and keep trying something new and different. So, which one of those blends would you most want to try? The Midnight Peach Spice or the Lavender Lemon Wonderland? Put it in the chat. Let us know. We're really interested to see which one you would be the most interested in. Okay, so I also said that we were going to talk about setting up a Mad Hatter inspired tea party. And it doesn't matter if you're going to have a few friends come over to your house or go someplace together and have it, or even if you do something virtual, kind of like what we've done here. you could still have a Mad Hatter tea party. Well, one of the things that I would highly invite you to do is go a little bit away from the norm. Forget about matching. Do not match your teacups. Don't even match your teacups and saucers. Keep things really unusual. We think of like the really pretty spoons. I am going to add a little bit of this sweetener for me. Put a measuring spoon out. Ours is an old one. It's metal. It's taken off the rack. Put your sugar or your creams in really unusual containers. Make it fun, make it festive. Another thing to do is, as I started out earlier today, you noticed I had a lot of stuff that was upside down. Don't be afraid to put things upside down. Maybe, we always put like the teacup and the plate on first. Well, maybe you put the teacup, then you put the plate, then you put the napkin, or you put things and stack them the other way, or instead of having the pretty napkin that's folded in this beautiful rose face up, you put it face down so they don't even necessarily notice the rose. And you just make it fun and unusual. Throw in some funky accessories. Don't be afraid to switch up a spoon. Now, normally I wouldn't use a spoon this size with a cup, but at a Mad Hatter tea party, use an oversized spoon. Or you could do something even sillier or more fun and give them a fork in the sugar bowl. Don't give them a sugar spoon, give them a fork. And then they're going to have to try and figure out how to get their sugar in there, or their Splenda or whatever they drink in their tea. You can start with a fork too if you add in your honey or whatever in there. Make it fun, make it unusual, make it unexpected. These are the things that would make it such a fun thing. Now, one of the things I was planning on doing today, and then I'll be honest, I'm just not up for it as much as I was going to wear a bunch of different hats today. Like literally change my hat every few minutes. And you could do that. You could have a series of hats, fun, tea time hats, everybody bring one, and then switch them. Every time they hear this certain sound, or every few minutes when you say this certain word, they have to switch hats by turning them to the right or the left. Just keep it fun. Throw things in there that people don't expect. You're still going to have wonderful tea. You're still going to enjoy your foods. And so literally just have some fun with your decor and make it really funky and make it really fun and unusual. Not the same old tea party, although there's nothing wrong with those. I love tea parties. So then the other thing that I would suggest is go ahead and even put upside down teapots, kind of like I had earlier, different things like that. For decor, you could have anything like chef chair cats and different things like that. You really want to make it fun, unusual. And if you kind of walk around in a minute and you're not even sure what's going on, that's okay, because the Mad Hatter says we're all mad here. Oh, wait. That was a Cheshire cat, wasn't it? But you get the idea. Make it fun, make it unusual, make it something to remember. Give people something to talk about, because they're all going to talk about something anyway. I went to a ladies' event this weekend. Actually, I guess it was just yesterday. And I had a blast. We made soap. Now, I'm not going to be a soap maker. I leave that to a friend of mine, and I will get soaps from them. But I had fun making it. And then I was just having fun doing my thing. And then I saw some people are getting wild with their soaps and their colors and the decor and everything like that. And I was like, and that was so much fun just to look around and see the creativity that's different. And you might do that. You might have for your Mad Hatter tea party, what I would suggest is don't even necessarily make traditional teas. Go ahead, boil up your water, and then have your ingredients and have them create their own. They could add that pinch of cayenne. They could add that unusual spice that they're not even sure what it tastes like, but it smells pretty good. So let's throw that in there and have it be this whole experience where they get to try things out that are new and unusual, see what flavors they really enjoy. I don't want to stir with this.
You you can wear your underwear on the outside of your
I
clothes.
will stir with my fork though. No handy dandy assistant. We're not going to wear underwear on the outside of our clothes. That's a little bit too much, even for a Mad Hatter tea party. But anyway, you get the idea. Play it up, make it fun. You know, at that point you're interacting and you're having so many different things that I promise it'll be a memory. And really, those are the best things in life, is having a memory of fun times with family and friends. And that's what it's all about. So now, obviously, I'm not eating. I did have a bite of that donut, but like I said, my stomach is still not my friend yet. But what's a tea party without snacks, right? So go unusual with your snacks. Obviously, if you want to have a little table where you have some more of the traditional tea food, because you know you have people like me whose stomach doesn't like them or they have such special dietary restrictions, there's nothing wrong with that. But don't be afraid to really Mad Hatter crazy madness it up and have things like, I don't know, a super spicy jalapeno chip with a super floral tea. You know, that is not normally a combination that you're going to put together, because like the jalapeno chips can overpower the floral tea. But if you're doing it in such a way that you're trying to have fun with it and things like that, try some different things. Let them try some spicy chips with that. Or maybe like some super sweet cookies, match them with a smoky tea. Things that you don't ordinarily match together, go ahead and match them and try them. It's a great way to try a new flavor combination, and you never know, it just might work. Okay, so if you wanted to kind of try, if you wanted to make the teas and then you were like, okay, but I want to do crazy combinations with the food, but I want to stick to more traditional teas and I don't want people to have to make their own, I'm just worried about everything going on, then you could do something like a very delicate chamomile blend, sort of like our evening mint, where you've got mint and chamomile and some lavender in there. It's very soothing, it's very calming. And then again, throw in something like those jalapeno chips or some spicy pizza bites. Something that's got a lot of heat with it to match with the mint and the other. There's no such thing as normal with this, you know. Normally we wouldn't do that, but it actually really could work if you had like a super spicy pizza. And it doesn't matter if that's a keto pizza or if that's a gluten-free pizza or a whole wheat pizza or a regular one. However, you would have that crust, because it's all in the toppings on that point and having the spice there, but having that super soothing lavender mint chamomile blend on the other side to kind of balance it out. Especially if you added just a little bit of hint of honey, I would probably go with almost like a vanilla honey in that one. And balance them out and have something unusual and fun, because we don't think of pizza when we think of tea. We don't think of spicy chips when we think of tea. We don't think of extra spicy jalapeno crunchy things. What are Cheetos called? They're Cheetos, but they're not chips. They're just Cheetos, I guess. I don't know, the flaming, you know, the flaming hot ones and different things like that. You know, be a little courageous in your choices.
Wear socks with sandals.
Okay, let's not go crazy. Handy dandy assistant wants to wear socks with sandals. I don't know if I can be that crazy. I just don't know if I can be that crazy. Okay, so has anybody posted the strangest tea blend the most unusual tea blend that they've ever done, or which one of the ones they would go with in the chat?
Nope, they're ignoring you. But there
Everybody's
is
shy.
an oolong, star anise, and a touch of clove for a tea blend.
Yeah, but those are all things that I think would blend really together. And oolong, the star anise, and clove, they would really kind of go well together. Actually, I don't know that would be considered an unusual.
Oh, I tried. That was my contribution.
It was your contribution? Okay. I think they might not be horrible blends. You'd probably need something else to solidify it, to kind of tie it together.
Make it with vodka.
Okay. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing any of that. All right, so what unusual pairings would you want to try? What's the strangest one you've had? Which one of those sounds the best? Come on, everybody. Let me know. All right, and then meanwhile, I am going to say we're having fun here. We're celebrating Mad Hatter Day, but one of the things that I want to do is say, you know, don't be afraid to do something unusual, like put one cup down and another cup over it, just like that. And then, you know, put some flowers. Make it unusual. Do something different. I brought that mug out just to do that. I know you all recognize this from when I do my lattes, but, you know, really think outside the box, unusual and fun. And something else that I hope is going to be fun for everybody, I want to remind you while I'm waiting for people to put things in the chat, is we are going to be having a live sale on Friday the 25th at 6 p.m. Central. And one of the things that we're going to have is this fun flowery box. It has different ones in it right now, but it will have 3 teas in here. It will have an evening mint, it will have our midnight peach, and it will have our lavender lemon wonderland in it. And that'll be the only time I make those teas, but it'll be a ½ ounce of each of those teas, and that will be one of the items that will be in our live sale that we will have fun with. It's going to be our Mad Hatter collection celebrating Mad Hatter Day. So I thought I would just say, and I found a really flowery, pretty spring box to put it in. I always think of Wonderland in the spring with, the, like I said, the butterflies and the flowers and very vibrant colors and things like that. Another thing that we will be having up in our live sale, another little sneak peek, is this pretty beautiful teapot. Perfect for any of those days that you want to have a nice little pot of tea, but we're going to have this as another item that will be in there. And it will probably be paired up with a tea blend that you may or may not recognize. So this teapot will be paired up with 1 ounce of the tea blend that we created here on a different live, our White Garden, which was a white tea blend that we created together. So those are just a couple of the little sneak peeks of some things that you will see coming up on the 25th. Where we won't have upside down teapots and things going completely crazy because it won't be Mad Hatter Day, but we will still have a lot of fun with tea and blends and different things like that. So any other questions that I can answer for anybody? Anything else we wanted to talk about today? Go ahead, I'll give you another chance to put it in the chat.
Not as of yet.
Okay. Well, I'll give you a chance. Let's see. And then what we'll do, if nothing else is coming up in the chat, then I will say, I hope I inspired you today to have a little fun with your tea, not take everything quite so seriously. You know, I get that we talk a lot about like how to best brew it and what flavors go together for the most part and different things like that. And we talk about the tea blends and why did we put these flavors together. And we have a lot of fun and a lot of knowledge and things like that. But I really wanted to kind of be a little more zany today to help celebrate the day. Yes, I have an affinity for the Mad Hatter. My husband's gone by the name of the Mad Hatter before for obvious reasons. But I just want you to also be inspired by the idea of it's okay to do something a little more unusual. It doesn't have to be traditional when you get together with your friends or your family and have some tea. It's okay to have something bold or a little quirky or just enjoy a cup with some unusual snacks. Tea is to be fun and delicious. It doesn't have to be stodgy and boring. It's a perfect time to just relax and enjoy and cut a little loose and do something unusual. So thanks for being with us. I haven't heard any questions pop up, so I do want to say thank you for joining us for Mad Hatter Day. I hope we inspired you to at least think about something a little more unusual. And then until next time, until next week, we will wish you the absolute best, and I hope you have a wonderful week.